And we have from DTE, no, she was on there. There she is. We have Deb Kane from DTE that's going to be doing the presentation. Her along with maybe a little bit more input from our mayor Bill Bazzi. So Deb, you have the floor.
Oh, okay. Thank you so very much. I thought the mayor was going to lead this.
Want to start, Mayor?
Well, I can lead if you want, Deborah.
Yes,
So
please.
thank you, Deborah. So again, I'm glad you're okay, Deborah. I know we chatted. I'm glad you're joining us today. Yeah, and sorry for the short notice for you, but we've had a meeting about 2 weeks ago or so with Deborah with DT and oh, sorry, and also with Director Salmi, and we went over a proposal that was sent out by DTE and with Deborah Kane, and she mentioned that some of the lighting that we had, other municipalities have or cities have participated in the program with DTE. They upgraded all the city lighting to LEDs, and it's actually we looked at it. We went through it for I think we spent about maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours. We went over all the details. So what I did is I asked Deborah to actually put just kind of talk about it for a few minutes. We don't want to talk about the specifics of the lighting. So she actually went with us to it was pretty much it was an engineering slash financial presentation about the different lightings that were available.
She's asked you.
Okay.
But so,
You're good. Okay, you're on.
but with that, we want to make sure that we upgrade our lightings. I know a lot of residents are complaining about some areas with there's no the lightings is poor or it's dim or there's no lighting in common areas with the city. So I know with Mr. Salmi reached out to DTE, and I know there was a discussion in the past, several months ago, with Deborah to come up with something. So Mr. Salmi approached me and we talked about it. It sounded good, so we wanted to make sure that the council is aware, and that's what the procedure or the presentation today is about. So Deborah.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mayor. And well, we started the conversation more or less just discussing the fact that there's still a lot of what we call mercury vapor lights in the city of Dearborn Heights. Annually, we take a look at what communities have a lot of mercury vapor lights. They're the most expensive lights in our product offering, very old technology, and worst of all, they're very expensive for you and for us to maintain. So I did put together a little agenda. I don't know how I can share. Is there a way I can share my screen to show you just what we talked about quickly? I see it down there. Let's see if I can actually, oh, okay, it says the host has disabled participant screen sharing.
So yeah, go to share screen and.
Yeah, I did.
But
it's saying that the host has disabled that function.
Sherry, if you want to go ahead and make her a co-host, then she'll be able to share.
Let me try. I'm on my iPad and I've never done this before, and I'm still trying to connect with the laptop and something's going on with that.
Well, what I can just read a lot of it, and if anyone would like to have this data after, I could email it over. I started out by saying that.
Deborah, if I could interrupt, I'm sorry. All the council members have it, so maybe we could have somebody from administration add it to the website either later tonight or sometime tomorrow. Then this way residents can also have access to it.
Okay, I just made her co-host.
Maybe not for this, this level of, because the discussions are right now. Okay,
I just made you a co-host.
Okay, yeah, and I put it on. Can you guys see that?
Yep.
Now.
Yes, great.
Okay, great. Yeah, so this is just what we talked about, how we got into a lot. It was just an account overview that the city has 3,600 lights billing as option one. Oh, I am so sorry about that. I'm gonna have to stop that phone from ringing. I'll let it ring, excuse that. And the option one rate allows for repair of all, we repair, under that rate, the city gets repair of all outages. We make streetlight locations safe 24/7. Preventative maintenance that we do, post inspections. We last inspected everything over in the city in 2019. We replaced 36 condemned posts. Next post inspection will be in 2022. We did night patrols back in November, found 265 outages, and of which we have repaired. And the next patrol is scheduled for next month. We haven't done any LED washing yet. We do that more or less in the summer. So, and I just talked about, we completed an LED conversion project over at the DPW yard. That's done. So we got down to these two proposed projects, a citywide LED conversion. And then we broke, at that time, I presented a city hall conversion, but we have since then broke out the DDA portion. So just to share with, sorry, are you guys still seeing my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, this is where we kind of are at this point. Is there a raised hand? Somebody
No.
says hand is up.
I think you have to refresh, Deborah, because you're showing us your Word document. You have to refresh. Or
Okay.
you have to reshare the new document.
I'm sorry. I'm not real proficient in Zoom because we use Microsoft Teams. So that's what happens with stop sharing. And then I have to share it. So I'm not real proficient in, how's that?
Good.
Okay. So what we have here, I took a look at all of the existing lights that are not LED in the city. And we came to a number, and this proposal does not include any of the lights on Warren Avenue because they're a special order type fixture. And this does not include any of the lights in what I was told was the DDA district. And so after that, there are 2,459 lights that are optimal for conversion. You're paying us $826,000 annually for just those 2,400 lights. If we convert them to LED, your new spend annually would go down to $509,000. You'd save $317,000 annually. The cost to do this project would be $692,000. DTE would contribute $103,000 in labor costs. You would get a cash check back rebate of $82,000, bringing your final cost up for the project down to $506,000 with a 1.6 year payback, which is phenomenal. I've been doing these for about the last 10 years, and that payback is one to be reckoned with, because if you'll notice here, all of this mercury vapor, as we call it, these lights are so expensive. You have 198 of the 400 watt. They cost $500 each per month. After converting them, they would go down to 268 annually. Everything here is annually, I'm sorry, annually. They would go down to 268. So these are the worst offenders, all this mercury vapor stuff. So when we looked at it, this is where we are. And then there's another sheet I have that is just the DDA. And took that out. If you'd like, if anyone would like to see it, I could bring that one up as well, because it would be in addition to, okay. Let me get that one up.
While you're doing that,
Okay.
Deborah, my question, the 2,459, that does not include Warren, you said. That doesn't include the DDA?
Does not include the DDA, nor does it include Warren Avenue.
Okay.
Those are special lights on Warren Avenue. They're much more costly. We could do them. But where I felt you'd get the most bang for your buck right now is to just do all of these lights that are more or less the neighborhoods. But this does include some of your bigger Beach Daily, some of the other big streets, everything except for the DDA and Warren Avenue.
Council Chair, if I may. Council Chair. Well, I have a question. I don't know if she's on or not. Am I allowed to speak? Question to Deb. Deborah, didn't City Council and the City of Dearborn Heights do something like this back in 2017? I believe that we had approved something.
We did, Ray.
Yeah, I don't even think it was 2017. One of my favorite stories, and it's a real quick one. One of the first municipalities in all of DTE's service territory to convert anything to LED was done under Mayor Paletko, whom I loved dearly. And it was the first agreement we signed for an LED conversion was in Dearborn Heights.
And where was that? In what areas was that converted?
You know, and I don't have my files here, of course, because I'm at home, but I remember, I think it was off Joy Road, south of Joy Road on the other side of Telegraph. There was one subdivision over there. It was the first contract we ever signed for a LED conversion in all of DTE's service territory. So the mayor embraced this technology long before anyone else had. And it made me look good to be able to do that first job. And I always loved him for that.
And this is going to do the rest of the city?
Everything except what you're looking, I'm going to bring up the DDA.
Except for Warren Avenue.
At Warren Avenue, and I'm going to bring up the DDA because I was asked to break that out.
And what is the DDA?
Your Downtown Development Authority.
I don't
Yeah,
think
we don't have one.
We don't have one.
No,
A
it's
TIFA. Do you guys call it TIFA?
Call it
Yeah.
TIFA.
TIFA. I think you guys call it TIFA.
Tifa District.
Yes, I think you call it TIFA, but a lot of communities I work with, it's the same. They function the same way. I think this is the sheet, but like you said, I'm going to have to stop. Well, let me see. First, I need to bring it up. Then I need to stop sharing. Then I need to share again. Okay, this is that same spreadsheet, but this is the TIFA district. And there's 407 lights and I think I have the map of what I was given as the TIFA district. And same premise, you're paying $139,000 for 407 lights. Your savings would be $48,000 to convert those the 407. Bottom line, it would be $79,000 to convert that area with the 1.6 payback.
Well, I think we should do it all.
Can I ask what do you mean payback 1.6?
Meaning that, okay, you would pay us.
Is the saving?
The savings is 48,000. So just talk about the TIFA piece. You'd pay 79,000. You'd realize all of your savings back in 1.6 years.
Okay.
It really is, and these savings are possible because once again, all this and we pay bigger rebates on this part, and we pay all the labor to convert these lights, the mercury vapor. That's where you get the DTE contribution on this one, 16,000. The rebate is 13,000. So literally from DTE, you're getting almost $30,000 to do this. And what we get out of it are, and like I said, we've been doing this for well over 10 years, is what we get out of it is less maintenance, less all of that stuff that I talked to you about. We've converted over 50,000 lights in our territory. Wow, I just looked and saw those hands up. I don't know how you handle that, but I'm ready for questions if anybody wants to.
Okay, Councilman Abdallah?
Okay, so Deb, I got a question for you. First things first, this is something as far as cosmetically, and we're talking about just the physical cosmetics. If a resident is looking at the light fixture, that you guys have installed, does it change any of the cosmetics as far as the light fixtures are concerned?
Right now, the mercury vapor is a white light source.
Mhm.
What those neighbors will see differently, it will be a brighter light. It will be a better distribution of the light.
So it's safer.
And yeah, it's been proven safer. Now, the other half of your community that has what we call high pressure sodium lights, they will go from a soft amber yellowish color light to a white light source. So that's what the residents will see just by converting these out.
What about in terms of the physics as far as the hardware
physics-
itself is concerned? Does it
I
look?
sent that over earlier. I can share
did
my
not- we
screen.
didn't
Okay,
receive
let
it.
me just see if, give me a
And
minute. I'm
then,
gonna
and then
bring that up.
lastly, do we have any parts of our city that you are aware of that specifically neighborhoods or blocks or half a block? I'm sure there's sporadic here and there, but I'm talking about relative sections of our city where there is none available, like certain, certain communities in Wayne County.
I'm not sure I understood
In
the
other words,
question.
is there, based on your records, is there areas of our city, hypothetically a block, half a block, or God forbid, a part of a neighborhood that has no lighting whatsoever that will not have additional lighting installed?
There will be no
fixtures.
new fixtures installed. This will just be what we call a like for like. Where there is a light, we will add a light.
Okay.
So there's no new lights as
But
part of
are you
this.
aware of any that we are missing in the city of Dearborn Heights?
Well, not that I'm aware of. The city is pretty well lit, in my opinion. But of course, if you ask the residents, a lot of them are going to say, there would probably be people that say, I'd like a light in front of my house. I'd like one in front of my house. And so that would be something I would take direction from you on. I wanted to share this. This is the fixture that we would be installing for the most part for this project. It looks like that in the gray. And these are the two light patterns for the most part that you would see. And
Are
if you
these
know-
very similar? Are these very similar that, as I recall, when, if I'm not mistaken, when Mayor Duggan was first elected, he brought a lot of this stuff into Detroit where there was a lot of areas where there was missing light and they brought these in. Are these the same ones or are these?
No, it's a
similar to
different
what we
fixture.
installed in Dearborn Heights?
Some are different. Our fixtures, they have a lot of different fixtures in Detroit. There's tons of these fixtures on the market.
Okay.
We contract with this one company called Leotech right now. And the city did have some problems with some Leotech fixtures, but we have not.
Okay.
And it would be that same fixture.
Okay. Thank you, Deb.
Oh, you're welcome.
Madam Chair, do we have to raise?
Councilman
our-
Muscat?
No, I already asked my question.
Councilman
I'm sorry.
Muscat?
Now, can you lower my hand? Or do I?
Gotcha.
Thank you.
Council Chair,
He's having all sorts of trouble.
Are
Dave,
there
I think you may have to take over.
I see some hands up. A few hands are up.
Council Pro Tem.
Okay.
you have to take over.
She frozen again? Okay. No, she's on. She just has it on mute.
Yeah, she's having some technical difficulty. We're trying to get her
Okay.
unmuted. There we go.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, now we can.
My internet connection is unstable.
Okay. Denise, I'm gonna go ahead and call on the hands
Go
until.
ahead, Councilman.
Yeah, okay. So next we have Councilman Moby Dune.
Thank you so much, Chair. I don't know if it's echoing or is it just me?
It is
It's
actually.
fine now.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
yes.
Awesome.
No
So I only
echo.
have a couple of questions. I know that you said earlier, Deborah, thank you for the presentation. And I don't know if you're done or yet or not, but you said that we're going to be upgrading some of the lighting inside City Hall. Did that cover that as well or no?
After our discussions, I was told that we would not be converting lights at City Hall. That proposal did include the lighting at City Hall, but there was some discussion that there may be some future announcements and you may want to hold off on City Hall. So let me just explain next steps real quick, just in case you guys, I know you may have to go. After I made the presentation, the next step would be we would have and do a complete citywide audit just to make sure all the fixtures are what we think they are. And then I'd have all the data, and then you could eliminate City Hall, and we'd eliminate different factions or develop this scope into what you truly want it to be.
Okay.
Okay, and then my last question to you is, and I know it just kind of piggyback on what Councilman Councilman Dave Abdullah said. What if there are hypothetically speaking, a street where there is no lighting there? Could we adopt something where we could add that part of the city or that, you know, that street, that residential street? I'm just giving a hypothetical, say Sims and Dover. They don't have any lighting there. It's all just a residential lighting, but there is no actual street light in the city. Could we actually go through that? Can that be a part of the audit?
Always, we're always available to add new lighting. I live to add new lighting. You can always add lights.
All right.
Okay. So next we have is Councilman Abdul Haq. Now, for all of us, ladies and gentlemen, keep in mind we have a regular council meeting coming up, so we kind of keep it short a little bit if you don't mind. But Councilman Abdul Haq is next.
Yes, thank you. I have a couple of questions. What is the stability of those lights in harsh weather, whether it is very hot or in very sub-zero temperatures?
We've had no weather-related issues with any of our lighting. Like I said, Mayor Paletko did that first installation. That was well before 2017. It was part of, I think it was more like 2008 or 9. And there's many fixtures that are still up. LED has lived up to all of the hype. In the beginning, we didn't know how it was going to perform. And I was so happy that Mayor Paletko teamed up with us. But a lot of those fixtures are still in the field 10 years later, easily. It's lived up to the hype.
From your records, those lights, did they live to the standard you are giving us? As far as failure, do they have more percentage of failure or better than you?
I'd say less. And then remember, you pay us under this option 1. If the first week 5 of them go out, you know, the mayor or John Selmy would call me up, Debbie, there's 5 lights out. We'd be out there to replace them. No cost to you. You never would pay a dime for any failures, any labor, any of that, because of how you pay for your lights under that option 1. So
I do like the idea, but I would like you to reconsider the prices you've given us. I think DTE can reduce those prices.
that's the set pricing. Everything I've given you is set pricing to do these projects right now. We don't really negotiate, being the MPSC says what we can charge for things.
Okay. Thank you.
We don't set the price.
Next we have Councilman Robert Constant, please.
Thank you, Council Chair Pro Tem. And I see that Tom Roscoe from Tifa is unmuted. Tom, I think we would be able to pay out of Tifa money for the new lights, the LED lights in the Tifa district, if I'm not correct.
Yeah, that's actually why I had my hand raised. I just want to let everybody know, speaking last week with Mayor Bazzi about this project, and he asked if there's something Tifa could help out with in our district. So I'm recommending to the Tifa board at our meeting tomorrow to include the entire final cost for the Tifa district in our upcoming budget, which would be the $79,513.
Well, actually, it would be, look at that, because where it says cost to convert on that line.
Yep.
I don't think that's the 79 is the final. 79 is the final cost after we mail you the rebate check.
Exactly. This will all be part of the city project, and we'll reimburse the city for the final, and then the city will take the rebates and everything.
Okay, however you guys want to do it, but be careful when you look at that spreadsheet. Sometimes people don't realize that.
That's was part of the discussion I had with the mayor, and because it would be too complex with us paying money and getting money back, you know, in 2 different sources. And so this way we'll just transfer the full sum of the final, and the city will get all the rebates and everything.
And Ms. Kane, these lights are really brighter light, but longer lasting. They don't go out as much, more durable than
That's
the mercury
correct.
lights.
We just converted 4,300 of them over in the city of Dearborn. So you can go over to Dearborn right now. Everything in Dearborn is LED. They still have about 200 for some reason we're working on, but all of the city of Dearborn is all LED now.
All right, great. Thank you.
Thank you. Tom with Tifa has his hand raised. Could somebody unmute him?
Oh, no, I'm all set. I was just
Ali
commenting on.
Deeb. Ali
Okay.
I
thanks.
covered that. I covered that.
Ali Deeb has his hand up.
Do they
He
have
has
it
to
on
be
the?
unmuted.
No.
Okay, could somebody please do the unmuting? I'm on my iPad and I can't do it. The tablet wouldn't work.
Got it.
Thanks.
Ms. Kane, thank you. Ms. Kane, I just have a simple question. I believe you're talking about the community lighting program, aren't you?
I work in the community lighting group.
That's okay. So the lights you mentioned on that spreadsheet for the savings going from existing light to LED is a little confusing. So we pay you a flat fee per unit, which includes energy and maintenance. Is
That's
that correct?
correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when I go to LED and I'm saving 50, 60, 70% of the energy, who's actually getting the savings?
You are,
I'm paying
You're
you a flat fee per unit.
but no, you pay a flat fee based on the wattage. So you're going from a 400 watt fixture to a 136 watt fixture. So the energy savings is in that.
So the pay structure, you're going to bill me based on the lower consumption unit, not on the, so, okay, so the $48+ per unit old system is not basically what you're going to charge me going forward.
No,
Once
it
the
would be,
converting.
when you look on the other side of that spreadsheet, the spreadsheet has current costs and then it has future costs on it.
Okay, and that future cost includes the energy reduction in per unit.
Yes.
Multiplied
yes.
by the unit, and the rest of the equation, like the maintenance cost and the replacement, accidents, whatever, is all still included.
That's correct.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Is there any further questions? We should open it up to public comment at this time.
Chair, I know Tom, we had unmuted him. I'm not sure if
From
his
Tifa?
hand was up with the question. I know he's
Oh,
gone
no,
now.
he
but-
already said, he said he didn't have anything. I already
Yeah.
asked.
Okay,
him.
all right, just double checking.
Okay, we have Vince Stripkowski. Could someone please unmute him? We are running over time here.
That's okay, I won't take long.
I know.
Miss Debbie Clark, my question is part of this rebate and everything that you're offering, does DTE offer any grant monies
No.
for these light fixtures or any other type of governmental program?
No, no,
Okay.
we do not.
Okay. And I had a question regarding the Tiffin area, but that was already answered by Tom. So that was my question. Thank you.
Thank you. Any further questions before we end the study session? Okay, I don't see anyone raising their hand. At this time, we will end our study session.